Imagine Talks curator, Dr. Francis Kong, will be interviewing our speakers with cozy fireside chats. We start off with a panel discussion with an organization that is near and dear to our hearts, the Asian Women's Alliance, also known as AWA. Today's event would not be possible without them. AWA provides a space for Asian and Asian American women and allies of all identities to come together, celebrate their roots, and support one another. It's about deepening understanding of our diverse cultural identities and building a strong community on the Stanford campus. It's an ethnic, cultural, and social organization and works to raise awareness about Asian women's identities and gender-based violence. It stands in solidarity with all women of color and aims to educate community members about cultural identity, to be of service to local women's shelters, and to build community via fun social events. Please join me in a warm round of applause as we welcome the executive members of AWA.
All right, well, you guys get to be stuck with me for the rest of the day. But I get to be on stage here with some of these amazing, young, talented ladies here. So these are the executive members of AWA, or otherwise known as the Asian Women's Alliance. And I had the pleasure of meeting them last year, and they've been nothing but inspirational. Instead of me trying to introduce them, I'm going to have them introduce themselves. I would love for each of you to basically share with all of us your name, your major here at Stanford, the year you're in, the position you occupy in AWA, and what are your future career goals for yourselves.
Sure. Thank you, Francis. It is such an honor to be here today. And it was such an honor to be here for the first time last year. So I'm Allison. I'm a senior here at Stanford, majoring in bioengineering. Career goals, yes. I'm an aspiring physician, an aspiring engineer. So I aim to combine the two to innovate in the fields of medicine and healthcare. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. My name is Caroline. I'm a junior here at Stanford studying economics, and I'm originally from Ohio. In the future, I'd love to combine my passions for creative writing and also my passion for public policy and healthcare.
Hi everyone, my name's Lucy. I'm an international student here at Stanford. I'm a freshman, and in AWA, I am honored to be a fellows with support from the upperclassmen in AWA to do many meaningful events at Stanford. My career goal here is related to my prospect major, which is econ/public policy. I want to work in the intersection between these two, either to do research or to work in organization to build more stronger support system for minorities groups such as Asian women community or the immigrants groups as well.
Hello everyone, my name is Christine. I'm currently a sophomore studying also econ and also minoring in data science. And I'm from Illinois, and one of my career goals really is to help integrate both sustainability along with finance, and those two are probably my biggest passions right now. And I've heard a lot about like corporate greed, and that's how I really got interested in the sustainable aspect of it. But yeah, I'm really happy to be here today and talk to you guys. But yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for being here. So let's talk a little bit about AWA. What does AWA mean to each and every one of you, and how has it inspired you to do more or do better with what your career trajectory would be in the first place? So we'll start again with you, Allison.
Sure. So the Asian Women's Alliance is really an organization that's very near and dear to my heart. As Alice so gracefully introduced for us, AWA aims to be a community here on campus for those that share our identities, and also a space to spread cultural awareness to our greater student body. AWA was established in 2021, so we are quite young, actually at the peak of the Abolish Greek Life movement. So we really aim to be an inclusive space for Asian women here on campus. And really, the biggest way that AWA has inspired me is mentorship. I have met the most amazing mentors who are now off in industry doing incredible work. They inspire me every single day. And now, as president of Asian Women's Alliance, it's really my honor and my greatest privilege if I can even give a fraction of that mentorship back to the girls that stand here today. Then I leave this organization in good hands. So I truly have never seen such authentic mentorship out of a group here at Stanford, outside of the Asian Women's Alliance. So I hope that the community building and the cultural humility that it has taught me will enable me to be a physician who is able to interface with all kinds of different people in the future, because I think that's what's most important. Thank you.
This year, I joined AWA as a publicity fellow, and this team has taught me so much about what it means to be an empathetic leader. For me, AWA is really special because it's a chance to celebrate each other, not just as students or as members of a certain class year or of a certain degree program, but really as people and as Asian women. And that's a really meaningful experience to have.
What AWA means to me, it's an alliance of Asian diaspora and Asian women in Stanford. I could not find anywhere else. I joined with the wanting to have like belonging in the community, but I also didn't expect for me to also be able to bring about changes that I also want and to see in the community. Such as last quarter, we did a fundraising events with in extent with AKD5, which is an Asian interest sorority on campus, where we did fundraising in honor of the Violence Awareness Week. We have raised funds for the local Asian Women's Home to support victims of domestic violence and also human trafficking. And I felt like in AWA, it reminds me that it's not only a community of like belonging and care and support each other, but also to bring about changes that I want to see in the Asian community and who I care about in Stanford. That's really great.
Yeah, so I joined AWA last year as a freshman, and I remember just like when you come out of high school, you want to find a place of belonging, especially coming from a place where it was predominantly white and there was lacking Asian representation. And so I came in and I remember having AWA hosted by our dorm, I think in Okada last year. And so I remember just meeting these people, and they were all so genuine and cheerful, and I just felt a real connection. And so I decided to apply for the fellowship, and I felt so connected to the people afterwards. And like Ali mentioned, I think I really gained a sense of mentorship from these people and guidance. And really, I think in the future for my career, I will be bringing this sense of empathy and mentorship along with me, and just guiding my career and my goals in sustainable finance, because I think it's really important to have and showcase a sense of compassion, empathy in this career, in this field. Yeah, so I think that's something that's really important and my biggest takeaways from this club.
Love that. So I want to dive a little deeper now about the Asian Women's Alliance. What makes AWA different than, say, a typical sorority or a club or anything else, any other organization? Because I know there's something special about your history and how you guys run this that makes it different than any other type of typical organization.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I briefly alluded to, we came out of the Abolish Greek Life movement. So we actually used to be a sorority. We were SYZ. And many of our alumni were associated with Greek life, but our first class of AWA in 2021 decided that, I remember there's this quote in this paper, I believe it was published in the Stanford Daily, about AWA's founding, that said that our precious community of Asian women was housed in the wrong vessel. And I think that really speaks to the values that we hold today, where we don't want there to be any financial burden, any barriers to being involved in our organization. Our events are open to everyone on campus, and we don't place any barriers resource for the people who want to get involved in our executive leadership or in our events. So inclusivity is really, really, really important to us. And we felt that there were too many unspoken rules when it came to participating in Greek life and the institution that it's associated with. So we really wanted this new era of space for Asian women here on campus. And of course, we still stand in solidarity with our sisters and women of color that are in still sororities today. As Lucy mentioned, we recently collaborated with AKD Phi on that fundraiser. So absolutely, they're our friends, our sisters. But we want to also open this space for anyone who shares our values here to be able to find that community on campus.
Yeah, what you can definitely hear is that our story is very special, but when you are a member of this community, the way that you feel and the way that you're cherished is also very special. Just in our weekly team meetings, whenever you walk in, there's a group of women there who are cheering for you, whether it's final season, whether you're working on homework. Whenever you want to share something exciting that you're working on, you know that there's a team of incredible, passionate women who are cheering you on and celebrating you.
For me personally, I attended AWA events before I even become a fellows of AWA. It was in the beginning of my freshman year in the first quarter. And when I was attending this event, I felt very like a sense of belonging and just included in the groups, as she has mentioned about inclusivity, although I was not even a member yet. And I felt like that's really speaks to how AWA really values inclusivity and opens to everyone, Asian American women community, and also just everyone on campus to feel a sense of like strength within each other. And I feel like after attending the events outside of AWA, I felt more of the desire to become a part of AWA, to become a fellows in order to host more events. And I think that is the power of AWA to really bring people together and even like invite changes as well.
Yeah, I think what makes AWA very different from the other organizations on campus is the fact that it's very like laid back. It's a place where you can come back to and you feel close to these people. I feel like at Stanford, there's so many people chasing after like their academic careers in the future, and so that's like something that they're focusing on. But I think when you come back to AWA, it's really just a very laid back place where you can be and just like chill with these people. Like you don't have to have any pressure about doing anything, and you can always make sure that you can have fun. But at other organizations, perhaps it's more competition or there's more like stress that you can have. But every time I go back to AWA, I just know that there's always gonna be a group of people waiting for me who care about me genuinely and will always support me no matter what I do. And so that's something that's very special about AWA in comparison to the other orgs on campus that I've like been in. Yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that you guys have differentiated yourselves from your typical Greek life and made sure that everyone was welcome and inclusive, right? So I guess one of my final questions here is, since AWA from its past came from something like a sorority and evolved, what is your future hopes and visions of what AWA could be when you guys become alumni and when you come back and visit? And what do you want it to be the same or evolve into something even more than what it is currently?
Since we are a very young organization, I have seen so much growth even in the 4 years that I've been here. I believe there were maybe 2 classes of girls before me, and that was it. So we're 6 generations in. But even this spring, we're hoping to host a banquet with many of the alumni that were both involved in AWA and maybe even in SYZ previously. So there really is a very strong alumni network that AWA can tap into. And I hope that as I join that alumni network next year, that I can continue to be involved with these girls and see the future directions that they take AWA in. I think even joining Imagine Talks last year was a testament to the growth that this organization has had. I hope that we can continue to be involved here, that we can continue to host these larger scale flagship events here on campus that bring awareness to our community and our values. So if AWA can continue to grow in that way, I would love to see that. And I hope that I can continue to support that as an alumni. But these are the girls that are really going to be taking that forward.
My vision for AWA in the coming years is just to develop and grow as an organization alongside the hopes and the needs of our members, whether that's young women who want to see pathways after life here at Stanford, or who want support, not just as students, but as they develop and grow into the people and leaders that they hope to become. So I'm really excited to help make that impact as I continue in my journey at Stanford and even after I graduate.
In the upcoming years, I would hope to be with my AWA members here to host more speaker events, alumni events, in order to invite alumni members, or as we're planning right now, to invite Asian Americans authors or businesswomen out there to bring advice and also have speeches here at Stanford to really give speeches here as we're planning right now. As an alumni in the future, I also want to bring my alumni network back to AWA, perhaps to invite my friends or continue to have this networking, such as events like Imagine Talks, or just expand more and more into more events in the future that we want to bring to Stanford and AWA community.
Yeah, for me, I think the biggest thing is service. I think that's something I want to see more in for AWA. I know in the past year when I was a fellow, the service team was kind of in the dark, like it wasn't very established. But in the upcoming years, especially this year also, I know that we're doing more advocacy events this year, but I would like to personally see more of that in the future as well. Bringing my alumni network also is something that I really want to do in the future. I think giving back is something that's really important when you have gained so much knowledge and experience, and that's something I would like to bring back and hopefully see more of in the future as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing some of the history, the origins, what the mission is, and also the future vision. That's all the time we have for AWA here today, but I just want to say once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this with us, partnering with us, and always being right there with us as we try to promote the vision of women empowerment, especially Asian women empowerment. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Francis.
Thank you.